Hi, I'm the Malt activist, and today I've decided to do something a little more exciting. Um, this is my favorite type of review, the head to head. And what I've decided to put on the tasting block today are two Aberlour Abunadhs, the batch 45 and the batch 50. Both very good batches. I've had both of them. As you can see, most of my bottles are sort of gone, about 3/4 of the way. Both sort of experiencing the same level of oxidization, so it should be a nice heads up match. Abunadhs are they've sort of developed a cult status amongst whiskey drinkers. Aberlour, very dependable Speyside distillery. They've got some very good expressions. I don't like the 10 so much. They're entry level, but they're 16 double cask, very nice along with the other ones. But I think what really got them a following are these Abunadh batches, and we're up to batch 50 now. This is the latest batch, and I only got introduced to them a short while ago. I think batch 38, 37. I hadn't had any before that, so it was sort of nice getting my sort of sinking my teeth into these. And so yeah, really quickly, let's just see what one batch measures up against the other. These are, literature says, between 5 and 20-year-old, 5 and 25-year-old whiskeys actually put together. I don't know how much of the 25-year liquid is in any of these, given the very affordable price tag. But nonetheless, very good whiskeys on their own. So this is batch 45, bottled at 60.2%, matured exclusively in Oloroso sherry butts. I'm not going to put a lot, just enough for me to get a good idea. The color of both the whiskeys is more or less exactly the same. It's the same spirit, matured in exactly the same way, so I didn't see why that would be any different. I do prefer one batch over the other. I won't tell you which one it is. And actually, I'd like to find out myself right now as well, to see if I really do prefer that batch over the other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the older brother first, which is the batch 45, and give it a bit of a nose. Chocolate, dates, fudge, a lot of, typical Oloroso sherry influence. Black pepper, maybe some clove. the 60.2% really gets up in your nasal passage. Mellows down, becomes more chocolatey. Some Demerara sugar, dark honeys. I really like this nose. It's I feel it's quite balanced. Very sweet. So it's your typical sherry bomb. Let's try the. This one is it. Yeah. Let's try the batch 50. There is a difference. Batch 50 is more savory actually. It has more tobacco, more allspice. Interesting, it's much drier. Definitely, much sweeter, much more savory. This has a more sort of woody, oaky influence to it, some tobacco. You see where I'm getting at. So it has a sort of woody, dry, more sort of winey sort of nose. It has more tannins, I feel. Definitely drier. Both are very nice. Both are very nice. This one I feel is more sort of well-rounded. Interesting. So for the nose, I think I'll go with the batch 45. Uh, because I think it's more well balanced. It's sweeter. It's more sort of rounded. Whereas the batch 50 is more woody, bit oaky, maybe an off note here and there. I don't think so, but definitely drier, more spicier. But for some reason, I prefer the sweeter, more softer nose than the harder. Yeah, definitely, definite difference. So let's try. Ow. Very nice, hits you like a ton of bricks. Lots of spice, lots of chocolate and toffee and caramel. The fudge is back. Lots of cinnamon. So very sort of typical Oloroso sherry bomb sort of flavors. But again, I think this is slightly on the sweeter side than the 50. Mind you, I've had both before. So I speak from experience. Let's see if my palate is clear enough to tell the difference. I can definitely nose the difference. Actually, they're worlds apart. This one is drier, a lot more garam masala, allspice, very woody, lots of oak. Yes, there's chocolate. Yes, there's raisins. But this is definitely on the drier, spicier side, whereas this is more on the sweeter, raisiny, mild, not mild, but sort of brown chocolate, whereas this is more sort of darkish, bitter chocolate. So far, I definitely prefer the 45 over the 50, and these both do very well with water. A few drops each. Another sip. This is a good exercise. Nose opens up a bit more with the water. So does this, though it tends to become drier. Let's see what the 45 tastes like with water. Becomes spicier. Does become creamier. There's a hint of something bitter. I'm not sure what it is. Not entirely bad. Could be bitter chocolate. It doesn't do a whole lot. I remember it doing a lot more when I had it the first time, but nothing too much right now. Maybe it's because I'm drinking 2 whiskeys at the same time and my taste buds could be sort of muddled up right now. But definitely smoother and creamier with a hint of water. Grapes as well in this one. Okay, water makes this sweeter. More fruit wine, if you like. Almost like dessert wine. Very much like dessert wine. Dark dessert wine. Like a muscat. Also becomes spicier, um, becomes a touch woodier. The finish is super dry now. Wow. Um, so I mean, these are just sort of top level observations, if you like, not so much even proper tasting notes. But it's nice to see how the sort of batches vary one from the other, and I appreciate that fact. These could have easily been bottled as, you know, just regular no age statement whiskies under one name, but it's nice to have sort of these batches for you to collect, for you to compare, and you know, just generally appreciate what is the magic of whiskey making. How, you know, how different one bottle is from the other, even though it's sort of matured and distilled in exactly the same way, and how you get two different products. So there you go. This was my head-to-head review of batch 45 and batch 50 of the Aberlour Abunadh. And I have to tell you, I think I prefer the batch 45 over the 50. Though the 50 is still very good, but I feel it's a little rough around the edges, whereas the 45 has a more of a rounded feel to it. And I think it's worked the sherry better than the 50. I'm the Malt Activist, and I will see you soon.